So recently I've been watching a lot of David Goggins videos, and if you don't know who David Goggins is, he's basically this complete fucking nutcase. And when I say nutcase, I'm saying that in the nicest way possible, alright? I'm using that as a term of endearment because this guy is crazy, but in a good way. Like, he goes on 100-mile runs, does triathlons, and he was even a goddamn Navy SEAL. But nowadays, he makes videos like this for lazy, unmotivated people like myself.
So I got a lot of questions over the holidays. The one major question I got was, how do I finish where I start? I get 2 weeks into it and then I stop. Well, this is the thing about it. People forget one thing about me. I used to be you. I used to be a fat guy, a guy that didn't care much, a guy that got D's and F's in school, a guy that blamed other people, a guy that was under mediocre. I wasn't even average. So this is the thing about it. I'm going to tell you what people don't want to tell you. Why you stop is because you're lazy. It's because you don't mind getting bad grades in school. It doesn't bother you enough to be mediocre, to be average, to sit around and watch people do great things. You don't mind it. So there's your answer. Your answer is you don't care enough about yourself, so you don't stay in the fight. Stay hard.
So yeah, this guy is pretty inspirational, and one thing that I've learned from watching his videos is that you can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to work your ass off and never quit. So last week, I came up with the idea that I should channel my inner Goggins and try to run a marathon over the weekend. You know, cause why not? I knew that I was physically capable of doing it because if you have legs that work and can run 10 feet, you can run a marathon. You just need to have the mental fortitude to keep going for all 26.2 miles. So I was really just trying to test my mental strength to see if I was mentally capable of running a marathon. And my plan was to make a cool inspirational video out of it as well, cause that'd be dope. Also, I thought that it would be sick if I could tell people, yeah, I run marathons sometimes, you know, just for fun. Because people would look at me differently if I said that, and yeah, it wasn't like this was a legit ass marathon like the New York City one or the Boston one. This was just a marathon that I decided to run on a random ass Saturday for shits and giggles. I didn't even have a set route that I was gonna take. All I knew was that I was gonna keep running in whatever direction until either A, I made it the full 26.2 miles, or B, I collapsed from exhaustion and needed them to carry me out on a goddamn stretcher. Now, the way that I was gonna measure how many miles I ran was with this Nike app, and I'm not sponsored by Nike, but it's about to seem like I am because I'm about to promote the shit out of their app, but I really do love this app, yo, like it's awesome. It tracks how many miles you ran, how fast you ran each mile, the elevation you ran up, and it even gives you this cool map of the route you went on. But wait, there's more. This app also has this leaderboard where you can compete with your friends to see who ran the most miles, as well as achievements you can unlock like it's Xbox Live or something. And the leaderboard and achievements actually motivate me to run a lot more than I normally would, so I really do recommend this app to anyone who wants to build the habit of going on runs. Anyways though, after deciding that I wanted to run the marathon, I told some of my friends and my family about it, and they all kind of looked at me funny like, "You're running a what now?" So I was like, yeah, you heard me. I'm running a marathon, and they weren't hating on me or anything, but you could tell that they did not think that I would be able to do it, and I don't even blame them for thinking that because I'm not really a runner like that. I mean, I have been going on runs a lot recently, but before this, the longest run I had ever gone on was 8 miles, so 26.2 was a big step up for me. But yeah, eventually Saturday came and it was time for me to actually go through with it, so I woke up, stretched out a little bit, got hydrated, took a shit, and then watched this clip. Because it was time. So I went outside. Ooh, it was a beautiful day and I got started. As expected, the first few miles were easy. It was like any other run. I was just getting into the flow of things, controlling my breath, and making sure to pace myself. Then around the 3rd mile, all of the cars in the street started honking at me, and at first I thought that they were honking at me to cheer me on for the marathon, but then I realized that none of them even knew that I was running a marathon, so that would make no sense. Then I looked inside of the cars and saw that they were all high school kids in their graduation gowns, and I realized that this was their graduation. just driving down the street and honking their horns, which kind of sucks, man. Like, shout out the class of 2020. I feel so bad for you guys. But yeah, even though those honks were for the class of 2020, I still pretended like they were for me, and I used them to motivate myself to push forward at a fast pace. And this was how I was feeling about 5 miles in.
We out here. I'm about 5 miles in, and I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling Gucci. But I'm only scratching the surface, yo. I got a long way to go. But yeah, we out here, we grinding. And one thing I'll tell you right now is I'm not gonna fucking quit. Hell no. Hell no. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to it. I got some hills coming up. My favorite. Those are my favorite, bro. I love the hills. So I'm about to body those.
So it's safe to say that at that point, I was in the zone, and after running up those hills I was talking about, I felt amazing. It was the first time in my life I've gotten a runner's high, and all I can say is that I've done a lot of actual drugs before, you know, because I'm cool and savage like that, but never in my life have I felt something like this runner's high, man. Like, I wouldn't say I was schmacked, but I just felt like I was in a state of pure bliss. And I remained in that state of pure bliss for the next 3 miles before I recorded another update.
A little update. I'm not sure how far I am. All I know is I got a long way to go still. But I'll tell you what, I'm feeling fucking good, bro. Once you get at a certain point, you're just in the zone. I'm in the fucking zone right now, y'all. And I'm putting in this work, but it's not even that bad. It's not even that bad. I was so nervous this morning. Thought I'd be dying by now. I'm chilling, bro. And I'm telling you right now, I'm making it. I'm making it.
So yeah, I was feeling good when recording that, right? I was chilling. I was in no pain whatsoever. But I shit you not, as soon as I stopped recording that video, this immense pain started creeping up in my shins. It was almost as if God had stepped in to say, "Don't speak too soon, son." And it hurt, man. It hurt a lot, but it wasn't unbearable or anything, so I kept pushing forward. Then when I was around the 12-mile mark, I started to get a little bit thirsty, and it was at that moment when it dawned on me that I had not planned at all for when I needed water. I didn't bring any with me. I didn't plan my route so I could stop home and get some. I didn't bring any money to buy some, so pretty much I was fucked. And it's really crazy because I'm the type of guy to think of problems before they happen. But somehow, I didn't consider the possibility that I might just happen to get thirsty while running a fucking marathon. Like, I really don't know how that went over my head, but somehow it did, and this was how I was feeling in the moment.
Right now I'm just running back to my house because I left some water. I haven't drank any water yet. I'm low-key getting kind of parched. So if you guys ever want to run a marathon, a little tip is to bring some water, because I'm really thirsty right now, but I'll be all right though. But I can't wait to get it.
So in that video, it does seem like I'm doing fine, but I'll be honest with you, I was putting up a front for the camera, okay? Because deep down, I was dying. I was so dehydrated, like it was not good. It was actually really dangerous, especially because at that moment, I was 4 miles away from my house. And those 4 miles were tough, man. Like, I remember the only thing I could think about was how thirsty I was. So I literally sprinted them because I just needed some water as soon as possible. And actually though, along the way, I did see this half-filled water bottle sitting on the sidewalk that was looking sexy, yo. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was tempted. I thought about it a little bit, you know? But luckily, I stayed strong and didn't do it, and I'm really happy that I didn't because I don't know what type of diseases are on there, and I'm not even talking about corona. I'm thinking that the person drinking that could have had herpes or something, so thank God I did not put my mouth on that shit. But yeah, somehow by the grace of God, I made it home, and I really do mean by the grace of God because there were some points where I thought I might die. But luckily, I made it, and as soon as I got home, I chugged down some water and recorded this video.
All right, everybody, I made it home. Bro, yo, pro tip, bring some goddamn water with you if you run a marathon, bro. Holy fuck. Dude, I almost fucking died on my way home, bro. And right now I'm sitting down, which I know is not the move, bro. But I'm 16 miles in. Yo, I was way further from home than I thought I was, and that was tough, but I made it back. I'm alive, bro. I just chugged some water. I'm gonna chug some more. And I'm gonna eat an apple too, bro. I'm low-key gonna take a long break right now, which is kind of bad because I know that as soon as I start running, it's gonna be a million times more painful. But bro, I need this little break. But I'm going to finish, bro. I got a little bit more than 10 miles left, so I'm more than halfway there. I've gotten this far. I can fucking make it, bro.
So originally, my plan was to drink as much water as I needed, eat an apple, and then start running again. It was supposed to be a 10-minute break maximum. But as soon as I sat down, my entire body shut down, and it felt physically impossible for me to get back up. Then, my legs started to cramp, and words can't describe how much it hurt, but let me just say, it was awful. And this was how I was feeling.
Bro, I really don't know if I can do this shit, guys. Oh my god. I am in so much pain right now. My legs. It's just my legs, bro, but they are in some pain, bro. I really don't know. It might be a long break, bro. But it is what it is right now. But goddamn, I kind of feel like a bitch right now. I'm kind of bitching out a little bit, but I'm taking a little bit of a long break, bro. Not gonna lie. I need to recharge, bro. This is tough. This is tough shit, man.
So I ended up just sitting there in immense pain for an hour. And the entire time, I was thinking about giving up. Because it wasn't like I had to finish, and running 16 miles was already a pretty big accomplishment for me. But then I remembered the reason why I set out to run a marathon in the first place. It was to see if I had the mental fortitude to keep running no matter how much pain I was in. So I asked myself, what would Goggins do? Well, I know for damn sure that Goggins wouldn't quit. He would finish what he started. So I decided that I needed to do the same, and somehow I garnered the strength to get up and start running again. But the one problem was that I had just ran 16 miles and then sat down for an hour. So my legs were so fucking sore, but I pushed through for 3 miles, and I'll tell you what, those were the hardest 3 miles I have ever ran. My hamstrings were cramping, my knees were sore, my shins were aching, blisters were growing on my toes, my nipples were bleeding. Yes, you heard that correctly. My nipples were bleeding like I was goddamn Andy from The Office. And it got to the point where the pain was just too much for me to handle, and I had to start walking.
Buddy, I got some bad news, man. I'm about 19 miles at that point right now, and I just started walking, man. I feel like I'm letting you guys down right now, but bro, this shit hurts. I'm finishing it. If I have to walk these next 7 goddamn miles, I'll do it, but I don't want to do that because that would just fucking take forever. I really hope I find it within me to run at least like 5 of these next 7 miles. Come on, bro. But taking a little bit of an L right now with the walk.
So I was really upset that I had to start walking because it kind of felt like I was giving up, but I still did have some hope that I could find it within me to start running again. But then 30 seconds later, I saw this bench and it was calling my name, yo. Like, I just had to sit down on it.
Alright guys, even worse now. I'm currently sitting on a fucking bench, bro. This is tough, bro, but I'm gonna be real with you. Like, it's something like in my leg. It's like right here. Bro. It hurts a lot, bro. But it's not, it hurts, but it's not an injury, it's just pain, so I'm kind of being a bitch right now. I don't know, though, because I have ran pretty far, but god damn, bro, like, oh my god.
So at that point, I was still in so much pain, and it was so bad that I could not walk more than 50 feet without stopping. So I pretty much had to walk from bench to bench. I had to literally walk 30 feet, see a bench, sit down on it for a couple minutes, and repeat the process. And I did this for 3 whole miles before I finally made it back to my house. When I got home, I was 22 miles in, so I only had 4 miles left, but once again, I made the mistake of sitting down inside, and once again, I sat there for an hour while contemplating whether or not I should just quit. But at that point, I had made it too far to simply just give up. So I found the strength within me to keep marching forward.
Alright guys, not gonna lie, I just took another long ass break. I needed it, bruh. It was bad, so I needed like an hour long break. I went to my house, got a lot of water in me, and yeah, So, but now I'm back on the grind. I got like 4 more miles I gotta walk. Bro, I'm telling you, very small chance I run any of these. Very small chance. I hate to say it, but it is what it is.
So the rest of the marathon was pretty uneventful. I just walked for 4 miles and, well, I did try to run for the last mile so I could finish strong, but the key word there is try, because at that point I was in so much pain. Like, there literally could have been someone pointing a gun at me and I would have been like, just shoot me, bro. Just fucking shoot me, because I'm not running away from you right now. But yeah, eventually I finally fucking made it the full 26.2 miles, and this was how I felt after finishing up.
Okay guys, after all this time, I'm happy to announce that I finally made it the full 26.2 miles. Thank fucking Jesus. Man, thank you for coming on this journey with me. Almost died a couple times, but if you guys are seeing this, I lived to tell the tale. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.
In the end, it took me 7 whole hours to complete the marathon, so I'm definitely not going to be setting any world records with that, but I'm just happy that I was able to finish, even if it wasn't the way I wanted to. And even though I made a lot of mistakes, I definitely learned a lot of lessons that will help me out for my next marathon. The first lesson I learned was to bring some water with me. Like, man, I really don't know what I was thinking when I didn't bring any. There's only one way to describe that.
That's a new move.
Shout out Chris Smooth. But yeah, if you run a marathon, just know that you will get thirsty. So always remember to bring water. And they actually have these vests you can buy which hold water bottles. So I think I'm gonna invest in one of those. Now the second lesson I learned was that I need some new running shoes, because the Nikes that I was running in were not that great, and I feel like they contributed to how much pain I was in. So my friend actually had this great idea that I should look up what shoes David Goggins wears. Because if you're gonna trust anyone on what shoes you should wear while running, it should probably be the guy who goes for 100-mile runs, right? Like, that's definitely gonna be a reliable source. So these are the shoes that Goggins wears. They're called Brooks, and yeah, they definitely look like they're gonna support my legs a lot better than the Nikes, which were made by some child laborers in some sweatshop in Thailand. Now the third and final lesson that I learned from running this marathon was that I should never give up. Because there were so many points throughout where I really was considering just quitting. But looking back on it, if I were to quit, I would have gone to bed that night with so much regret. But because I gave it my all and persevered and finished what I started, I went to bed that night with no regrets, feeling proud as fuck of my accomplishment. But yeah, that's the story of my first ever marathon. To sum it up, it was hard as fuck and it was painful as fuck. But like I said, I learned a lot about myself and I really do feel like a new man after it. And for my next marathon, my goal is to run it in under 4 hours, which I think is very realistic, especially if I have that vest and those shoes. So I look forward to running that, but I'm not running that shit anytime soon, okay? I still haven't recovered from the first marathon. But anyways though, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to my channel. It actually helps me out a lot because it bumps me up in the YouTube algorithm, so I really would greatly appreciate it. But anyways though, I hope you all have an amazing day. Peace.